Whether you're trying to bulk up and get jacked or cut down, motivation to get fit seems to come and go. One day you're super determined to reach your goals, and after maybe a couple weeks or even a couple months, it always seems to fade. So why does this keep happening? Well, there's a multitude of reasons why this could be happening. I'm gonna give you the biggest ones that I can think of off the top of my head and the solutions that I think you could use to fix them. Alright, so the first reason why I think you could be losing motivation in the gym is because you haven't seen any progress yet. For a lot of people out there, including myself, once you see progress, it helps you stay motivated. And if you're disciplined enough to keep at it, that motivation that you get from your progress almost becomes addicting. If you haven't seen any progress in your fitness journey, it can definitely be very demotivating. It's like, why am I putting in all this effort and I'm getting nothing out of it? Alright, so how do we go about fixing this? So the first thing that I need you to understand is that you're most likely not gonna make a drastic transformation in 1 month. Although you can make noticeable differences, you're most likely not gonna go from super obese to looking absolutely shredded in 30 days. Alright, the second thing that you gotta understand is that if you're doing things properly and you understand what you're doing, then you will make progress in 30 days. Whether it be a lot of progress or little progress, if you know what you're doing and you're doing things properly, then you will make progress in 30 days. So if you're that person that's made zero progress, then you're definitely doing something wrong. So what do? What I would do in this situation is I would analyze myself and my programming and see what I'm doing wrong. Whether it be my diet, my consistency, or my gym program and the exercise I'm doing, or maybe it's a little bit of all of the above. You need to figure out what it is and you need to adjust. If you don't know what you're doing wrong and you might need help, then definitely go to a personal trainer or something like that. Alright, the second reason that you might be losing motivation is because you're looking at the end goal and not the goals you've already reached. So the little progress that you've made already doesn't seem enough to you. If you're always focusing on the end goal, your progress might seem very slow and very unrewarding. It might help to change your perspective a little bit, and instead of looking at the big end goal, set a bunch of near future goals. So that way when you hit these goals, it gives you something to feel proud about, which in return can give you a frequent boost of motivation. So instead of thinking my overall goal is to lose 50 pounds, maybe instead think my goal is to lose 5 pounds this month. And then once you reach that goal, make sure you celebrate, but then set a new one. My goal is now to lose another 5 pounds in 1 month. This way of thinking might help you really stay motivated because it's like you're actually fulfilling a goal and you're fulfilling it constantly. So then you're not looking at the big end goal as some intimidating thing that you feel like you've made no progress towards. You know, oh, I've only lost 5 pounds. Oh, I've only lost 15 pounds, but I'm trying to lose 50, so it feels like you have forever to go. If you focus on the 5 pounds every month and you get happy about the 5 pounds you lose every single month, in 10 months, you'll look back and be like, holy smokes, it's been 10 months and I've reached 10 different goals and now I've lost 50 pounds and I just want to keep going. Or even set new goals. Now I want to lose 10 pounds in a month. Now obviously by that time you might be pretty skinny, but I don't know who you are. Alright, the third thing that I can think of that can affect your motivation, not just in fitness, but even in life in general, is your environment. From the people you hang around, from your job, to even your living environment. There are a lot of things in these places that can demotivate you or dampen your motivation. Now, I don't know what type of control a lot of you guys have in your home environment and the environment that you live in. It might not be much, or you might have a lot of control, whether you're an adult or not. And if you have that control, then I don't know what your personal life looks like, but if it was me, then I'd be searching for everything that's holding me down as a person and stopping me from improving myself and keeping a healthy mindset. Now, like I said, I don't know who you are or what type of environment you live in, so that's completely up to you to find out. But I know that once you figure this out, and maybe you need help from a professional, who knows, There's absolutely nothing wrong with getting a little bit of counseling. I've gotten counseling myself to figure out things that I need to improve with my own mental health. Just make sure that your mind is healthy and the environment you live in and the people you're stuck with in your home is a healthy environment, if you have control over it. The other thing about environment is you most likely do have control over who you hang out with and who you put yourself around outside of work and outside of your living environment. Those friends that you hang around, right? Make sure you're not friends or hanging around these people that are constantly talking down on you and telling you you can't reach your goals and I don't believe in you, and or making fun of you for the things that you really want to do. I've preached this in almost every one of my videos, and I think it's so important. To not only not care what other people think about you unless it's actual good constructive criticism, but to also just remove yourself from friend groups that are completely toxic and from relationships that are completely toxic. These type of things can definitely affect your motivation. So if you're able to get rid of them, then you might find yourself being able to stay very motivated and to have that drive to get fit. All right, the fourth thing that I want to mention is not really a way to stay motivated or something that might be hindering your motivation, but I do think it is very important, and I talked about this in my last video. In your fitness journey, it's not always going to be about motivation. To be honest, you're most likely not going to achieve your goals purely off of motivation. And I know it sucks. Waking up on the days where you really just don't feel like going to the gym is really annoying. But if you build discipline, you're going to get the work done to meet your end goal no matter what. And once you reach this end goal with not only motivation but also discipline, you'll have also trained your mind to think very healthily. Discipline has been such a big part of my journey because there's probably more times that I didn't want to go to the gym than times that I actually did want to go to the gym. You know, I might have a week where I feel very motivated and willing to go to the gym, but if I didn't have the discipline to force myself to go on those days where I really just wanted to stay in, or I really just didn't feel up to it, or I had a lot going on and I was already tired, if I didn't force myself to go, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at in my physical health and with the physique that I have right now. I always say that motivation will start you off, but discipline is gonna get you to the finish line. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope this video helps you stay motivated or at least figure out why that motivation keeps disappearing. If this video helped you, then definitely drop a sub and we will see you guys in the next one. Later.